Welcome back, folks. Opening night of Overlord Prowler's round robin. We just saw a really impressive performance from Team Phoenix in our opening match of this split as they took down Gale Force. Pretty impressive win, I'd say. Then we were able to hear from Dr. Primitin. Thank you again for joining us. Moving on to match 2 here. I mean, this one has a lot of familiar faces. I'm kind of excited. Lord of Admirals against Menards in the jungle. This one could be great. What are you looking forward to in this one, Greg?
I have to say that it's the Fat Lee versus Chaosix matchup in the mid lane. Not only because I spent a lot of time playing mid lane, but because, when I was in mid lane, Chaosix and I would always duke it out. We would always brawl, so I know how skilled he is. And then to see Fat Lee, who is a veteran of this league, coming back, it's really cool to see him, and I'm curious to see how that matchup goes.
Yeah, definitely. As I mentioned, there's a lot of longtime veterans of this this GMA community on these two teams. We saw, we love the newcomers anyways as well. We saw Ooga Booga Queen and Giovanni having great performances in that last game, but it's cool, especially, guys like Fat Lee, who I think was the Split 1 champion all those years ago. So to see this guy coming back, we've got relatively newer people like Lord of Admirals, Tilted Pig. It's just awesome.
Absolutely, and I suspect that we will not be seeing Fat Lee's trademark Udyr in the mid lane, but man, wouldn't it be cool if we did.
Wow, what a throwback that would be.
The Gwen ban makes perfect sense. Menards is on the other team, so...
Yeah, I mean, Gwen and Kayn, I think, are must bans against Menards. Wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see like an Olaf as well. I don't think Olaf is particularly meta right now, but I've seen Menards wreak havoc on that champion as well. Certainly expect a lot of bans, period, to go into the jungle here, as we've got 2 of the most impressive junglers I think I've seen in the GMA community in this match.
I would be inclined to agree, and I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if we see a full six bans into the jungle pool. I'm not 100% sure who the Wukong is at, but my guess would be that is at Lord of Admirals as well, and there you are. There's the Olaf ban.
So I wonder, if I think Menards, I've seen him play Nocturne as well. When everything was taken away, so I'm not sure if maybe they prioritized jungle just in this first rotation to avoid having everything banned away. A player like Menards, I'm sure, has a big enough champion pool that you can't really ban him out. Same with Lord of Admirals. But you still obviously do feel somewhat more comfortable on certain picks, and you want to be able to build a comp that makes sense. It's not Season 3 or Season 4 anymore when you could sort of just put everyone on their mains. Now, synergy is much more important in the modern game.
Absolutely. The Misfortune ban, definitely at Tilted Pig. Tilted Pig is skilled AD carry, but you put him on Misfortune and it is a whole new level of pain. So I think that's probably a good ban for them to throw out there.
Excited to see Tilted Pig in the AD carry role this time around, because I believe I've only seen him play in top lane. But I've seen him play, some things like Vayne top and things like that. So obviously he is very capable in this position.
Absolutely.
And WD fan up in the top lane. So yeah, we've got a couple people who have moved over to different positions, but then also a good mix of those in familiar spots like Menards, Lord of Admirals, Chaosix, as you shouted out. Yeah, and there's the Belveth. Let me get those notes out that I had.
Dust them off. Dust them off. Yeah, Belveth, obviously the newest jungle champion. I think the newest champion in general. Very interesting kit. I'm curious to see how they play it. And then the Volibear coming out as well. I'm assuming that would be in the top lane, unless they're doing something kind of funky.
Yeah, I guess, is Belveth only played in the jungle at this point? I haven't really seen too much
She's
of her
primarily
so far.
played in the jungle. I mean, theoretically, you could play her in a different lane, but she would not do as well, I wouldn't think.
It does seem like a Menards-type champion.
It does.
The ridiculous mobility, just all the agency that the champion has, just able to do so many different things, wreak havoc in different ways.
We have Mixlink in chat asking if this is 2 of the best junglers in the split going head-to-head, and I'd be inclined to agree. Definitely in contention for that. This will be quite the shootout, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me if we see these teams consistently, not only tonight, but throughout the split, really trying to play through the jungle. Jungle isn't always really the traditional carry position, but with these two guys on picks like Belveth and Lilia, yeah, we're going to see some exciting plays.
So it looks like we're probably going to have a Nautilus Tristana bot lane, which is frightening to deal with. If you get hooked, you're probably not coming out alive, although Samira is a good counter to that since she can absorb a lot of the projectiles that are coming at her.
Yeah, Nautilus is such an interesting champion down in the bot lane because it's just... there's so little you can do about it if he just decides to flash on you. The CC for days, even before he has his ult, it can be very oppressive. But at the same time, if he messes anything up, maybe he goes a little too far, you know, it's kind of a one-way ticket with that anchor toss.
The Zoe ban thrown at Chaosix, I am not surprised to see that. I've played against it, and I can vouch for it being a pain to deal with.
Urgot was banned as well, so probably aiming that at Gotta Get Lucky up there in the top lane. I'm trying to remember if, yeah, I think we've seen AD carry picked in first rotation of draft by all 4 teams so far tonight. Yeah. Certainly makes sense. I understand it. But I'm wondering if anybody will ever stop that pattern later tonight. Probably the role in the game that is least able to be hard countered in draft.
An Akshan ban, interesting. Yeah, they're just getting rid of all of the mid lane champs that are a pain to deal with, it looks like.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to jog my memory of what else is in Chaosix's wheelhouse. I believe he is certainly capable of bringing out the Vex.
There it is. That'll be interesting. And I also am curious, we haven't got it confirmed. My suspicion is that it's a Nautilus Tristana bot lane, but it is theoretically possible this Tristana could be mid as well. I wouldn't put it past Fatley to do anything like that. So
absolutely true.
We will have to see what the lock-in is here. I also am curious to see if the Nautilus runs Glacial Rune, because, man, that just makes it even more obnoxious. You cannot escape that, man.
God, since I started playing the game again, I hate that rune. Every time I see it, I'm just like, oh my god, get out of here. Scion picked. I assume that'll be going to Gotta Get Lucky up in the top lane.
Safe bet. And we will see. Ooh, interesting.
And a Vygar.
That's the hover, anyway.
Do people still do things like flexing casters down to the bot lane? I haven't seen too much of that lately.
Not as much. Not as much.
Yeah.
My suspicion would be, because I know, just knowing the champion pools, my guess is this Vygar would go mid, but until they actually, lock their positions, I will not.
I was just thinking, I wouldn't put it past, because you mentioned the potential Tristana mid. Can you send the Vygar bot? Seems a little bit counterproductive to have like an engaged support like Nautilus, and then have a champion that just wants to farm in Vygar.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would work very well, and it looks like, yeah, they are going to be doing the Tristana Nautilus bot lane, which is, frankly, quite scary to deal with. However...
And interestingly enough, yeah, we've got the Vex in the support role, actually.
I've seen it before. It's actually pretty good into Nautilus, because if he lands the hook, you just fear him out and walk it out. This could be really interesting to see.
The engage from, my gosh, with the Galio coming in on top of the Belveth, the Volibear, Vex can dash in from far away. That's a lot to deal with if they can land things in the right way.
It is. There's a lot of threats on that team. I think a lot of this is going to come down to cage placement from Fatley. If he isn't able to control the zoning of the fights, they could very easily just be pounced on and run over.
We were talking in our last game about how we were worried that both teams might lack damage. I don't think that that's going to be an issue for either side in this one. We do have those 2 carry junglers, so that's kind of the difference, I'd say, is, both teams with 3 legitimate damage dealers. And even the Vex in the support role, I imagine, is going to be pumping out some pretty decent damage.
Oh gosh, yeah. This is almost going to be the opposite problem, where even though there are technically a couple tanks in here, there's just going to be so much damage flying around from both teams. One misstep and you very well could just get bursted.
Yeah, and and if one carry goes down, I mean, the importance of that is amplified when it's a high damage game, I think, because if you're missing 33% of 100 DPS, that's different than missing 33% of 200 DPS. It's much different. The math makes it a lot harder for you to overcome one of your carries getting picked off early in a fight.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one because the Galio ult on top of a Samira ult is a nightmare scenario. But like I said, there's this Tristana that can ult you out of it. There's the Vygar cage. There's of course the Scion just existing and getting in your way. There's so many different ways that this could explode into different team fights, and it's gonna be really cool to see.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Menards on this Bel'Veth because it's a champion I really haven't seen much of so far, and so to see it in a player as capable as Menards, I feel like I'm gonna get a nice education on this champion's playstyle and its capabilities from this game.
Yeah, if there's a place to learn it, this is it.
You talked about the Galio coming in on top of the Samira, but I think especially the engage of potentially Galio on top of Vex as Amaya-chan goes in. That's such a long-range engage with so much AoE crowd control coming down from 3 screens away.
Yeah, the potential is there for sure, and even if the Vex launching her ult from 6 miles away, Galio jumps on top of her when she goes in on it. That plus the taunt gives the rest of the team enough time to catch up, even if they are just walking at it. So this could be quite the brawl.
Yeah, and I like that they have brought so much in-your-face engage, because I think it'll allow Menards to be more of a flanker, to get around, come in from an unexpected angle. And man, if that Bel'Veth gets in onto the Vygar and is able to avoid the cage and things, I don't know if they'll be able to deal with that.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. I don't think we can sell short the fact that Lord of Amaryllis is on Lilia as well. He's well known as a very dangerous Lilia player, so we will have to see how much of an impact he makes in here.
Well, spectator delay over. We'll see if we get a little longer loading screen so we can admire the skins this time around. Real quick, right as we're going in, who are you taking? Who are you predicting in this game?
Who am I predicting? Oh my gosh, this is such a hard one. But I think I have to give it to... I think it's going to go with Blitzkrieg, just because it's such a scary combo in the bot lane. They have so many different ways to manipulate the fights. But this one's, I think, could be very, very close.
Yeah, I think that Blitzkrieg, they just have a more diverse team comp. I think they have slightly more win conditions. Because if you look at White Wolf, they kind of just want to, well, they're sort of stealing Blitzkrieg's name because they kind of just want to get in your face, go all in. But if they fall behind early, I don't think that strategy is really going to work for them. Whereas on the side of Blitzkrieg, they can play front to back, they can hard engage with the Scion and the Nautilus if they want. So there's a lot more ways for them to play out fights, I think.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we can pick team comps all day, but it really comes down to who executes it better, right? So we'll have to see how it shakes out.
Absolutely. In the end, all that matters is what happens on the Rift. Looks like no shenanigans again on this game. Everybody just...
It was not for lack of trying. They were scouting it out. There was 5 of them in that pixel brush.
Gonna have split starts this time for the junglers. Menard starting on the top side and Lord of Admirals on the bot side. So maybe that'll lead to a little more early action from the junglers in this game. As we saw last game, we had a lot of action early on, but actually it was just the laners fighting each other.
That's true. The Bel'Veth is a pretty quick clear, so I'm very curious to see if she's able to take advantage of that fact.
Now, you've played a good amount of Galio in your career. Have you played this particular matchup against the Vygar? And if so, do you have any insight?
I have, yeah. It's not well, as you can see, it's not a fun matchup. I don't think there is a fun matchup into Vygar unless you play an assassin.
Sure.
But the thing about Galio and his spell shield is that he can absorb a lot of what the Vygar will throw at him. So it's not a terrible matchup, especially if you let him push in and you just farm it under tower. It's a pretty safe one.
Yeah, and I like this Galio pick for later in the game as well, because 2 of the 3 carries on Blitzkrieg are magic damage. So Galio's going to get extra value out of that inherent magic damage tankiness.
Absolutely. And the Galio...
Hook lands onto a Maya Chain in the bot lane. Tilted Pig jumping in right away. And look at Lord of Admirals already down there. Big plays coming out right away. And a flash is forced out of Arcane Soda as well.
I gotta advance my time here. There you go.
No, I'm just a prophet. I just knew exactly what was coming.
Naturally.
Yeah, I was wondering if there would be some quick action from one of the junglers, and yeah, I didn't even see the Lilia prancing her way down that river until it's way too late for a Maya-chan to do anything about it.
Yeah, the early pressure, especially from even without the jungler being present, the Nautilus Tristana matchup, played both sides of that one as well, and it is not fun if you are not able to get away from that Q. I didn't think to check. Did he actually? No, he did not run Glacial. So at least that's a small reprieve. That if you get hooked, you will at least be able to walk out, in a few seconds rather than never.
Yeah, it's especially when you fall behind a lane like Nautilus Tristana, it can be so oppressive because they can just jump on you over and over again. They have quite a summoner spell advantage down there as well, as CB Hickey and Tilted Pig didn't even use their flashes offensively there. And both flashes down for Arcane Soda. Maya-chan, they jump in onto Fatly, puts down the cage, able to stun up Menards, but takes a big chunk of health, saves his flash, and does have teleport to get back to lane, so not too bad.
Did I miss it? Did he get the taunt off?
Chaosix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, but Menards was stunned.
Oh, I see. So they didn't have the follow-up. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't really any damage follow-up. As we talked about, the placement of that cage, very crucial.
Yeah, I think if...
Maya-chan roams mid, they get the fear down, and this time Fatly has to flash. Remember the days when Event Horizon was instant?
I don't like to think of those days, but... Oh, I still have chat on.
Those were silly times.
Chat off. There we go.
So Fatly having to burn both his summoners off of those consecutive plays. I like the roam from a Maya-chan there.
Yeah, that was well done.
You're really expecting that from a support that was just first blooded.
You definitely don't, and like Vygar isn't exactly the most mobile champion, so he really relies on that flash being up to stay away from murderous junglers appearing in his lane.
There's that wind wall that you were talking about by Arcane Soda. Nice job to block that hook. Oh, Menards, another gank attempt. Gotta get lucky. Doesn't really have too much to get away except that flash. Already burned it, and Menards has a lot of damage. One more, got him. Menards successful on his second gank up in the top lane, so both junglers have had an impact on their lanes on opposite side of the map. Meanwhile, Maya-chan gets hooked again. Tilted Pig jumps in, maybe a little too aggressive though, and goes down. Didn't get one more auto attack onto a Maya-chan. CB Hickey will be able to clean it up, but he will probably drop now as Arcane Soda is just going to run him down. Tilted Pig had flash, and I think he just lost vision of a Maya-chan. He needed one more auto attack and just couldn't get it. Lilia is trying to haul down to this bot lane, but CB Hickey not able to survive long enough, so Lilia is just going to take that camp up there. Yeah. Nice turnaround play from the bot lane of White Wolf.
Yeah, that was well done by CB Hickey. He was able to complete that kill, and he stalled out for as long as he could. It was a one-way trip, let's be honest. He wasn't coming back from it, but overall, pretty well done.
Yeah, I didn't have the vision staggered to only be able to see what Blitzkrieg could see, but I'm pretty sure Tilted Pig just couldn't get that last auto attack because they didn't have vision in the brush, so nice job by a Maya-chan to take advantage of that. Maybe if you're Tilted Pig, you could have flashed into the brush, get that one more auto attack, and then hop out, but well played by a Maya-chan.
Just taking a look at things here. Curious to me that the Vygar started corrupting. He must really be confident in the fighting back and forth that's going to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, and we have seen that he's getting pushed in, or at least he was pushed in initially, which I think is to be expected as a Vygar early in the game. Let's check stacks. I imagine people are curious about that. 53 stacks so far for Fatly. About
Pretty
to get
good.
a couple more with this next Q.
I think what we've seen a couple times in this bot lane is they really need to be careful on their timing, because if the Nautilus goes for his, his dredge line, and that gets blocked by the Samira, then the Tristana really should not be jumping in unless she's planning on, melee fighting.
Yeah, we saw that happen once earlier when Arcane Soda did block that hook and Tilted Pig jumped in. It wasn't actually the engage that caused him to die, but he did lose about 30% of his health for kind of nothing off of that. Menards we see taking down the dragon by his lonesome. So an early stack on that, and a gank in the mid lane. Fat Lee puts down the cage once again, and he does have some support up on the top side. We'll see if he's able to bait them, as Gotta Get Lucky and Lord of Admirals are here. WD Fan coming down now as well. They go for the quick engage, and they get onto Chaosix. That's a lot of damage. The Galio is gone. Not tanky enough yet is that Gargoyle. And Menards is in his true scary form right now, but I don't think that they really have the tools to continue this fight.
Yeah, I would imagine that'll be Herald going over to the blue team here. That was a very, very nice Scion ult. I don't really fault the Galio for doing what he did. There wasn't a whole lot of other options.
Oh, he flashed it in. He's trying to steal the Herald. Can he get it? This would be huge. He does steal it.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, and that is so huge for a Bel'Veth. Menards with the big play. WD Fan is probably going to die. Flashes away. No, Event Horizon doesn't quite catch him. I think Lord of Admirals can run him down. That's a quick Lilia, but no. Chaosic's able to come in with the ultimate and save his top laner. So Menards trades his life, but gets a kill on the Gotta Get Lucky and got that Rift Herald.
Yeah, that is a minor catastrophe for Team Blitzkrieg. It wasn't the end of the world, but I do not know how the Bel'Veth managed to steal that. I don't think they should have, but here we are.
I have to go back and check. Oh, Tilted Pig actually getting taken very low. Arcane Soda goes in, but good flash from Tilted Pig to get out of that ult. And Arcane Soda had to flash away as well. Heal about to be up for Tilted Pig, so they'll have a little bit of sustain. Heal about to be up for Arcane Soda as well. So pretty much even on the summoner spells between the 80 carries at this point. I have to go back and check. I'm not sure if Menards was actually able to... Amaya-chan? Nope, not going to go in. Not sure if Menards was actually able to consume that Void Coral, though, after that steal.
I think he got... I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going back and watching it now. Okay, I think he did get the Rift Herald Coral. He wasn't able to pick up the next one off of Gotta Get Lucky's body, but...
Yeah, I was pretty sure he had gotten one, but I wasn't sure if it was off of the body or off of the actual Rift Herald. But most importantly, he did actually get the Rift Herald after getting the smite on it, so...
Yeah, and that's a big deal for this Bel'Veth, as... Oh, WD Fan has actually caught Lord of Admirals, trying to make his presence felt here in the top lane. Menards is nearby, though, and if they go too far for this, it could get turned around. Oh, Gotta Get Lucky. He auto-attacks the turret. He can't get onto WD Fan. Lord of Admirals is trying to get away. Oh, what a job by Gotta Get Lucky for a moment to save his jungler, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Well, it's not enough to save himself. He does save his jungler, just barely. And so both junglers walk away with a trade of kills. Oh, but Lord of Admirals, he has stuck around too long. Menards not quite able to land the above and below.
Well, the Vigar's here, though.
Now Chaosix is here, and everybody, this is a very staggered fight. This is very interesting. We saw a ton of people arrive quickly to fights in our first game. Now everyone's sort of just limping up. Look at that lifesteal from Menards, though. Fat Lee can do nothing about it. There's the Bel'Veth sustain.
She is...
And those Void Surges. Yeah, those Void Surges just allow you to sort of dance around and fight, almost like a Fiora-type movement.
Yeah. She's 4-1 already. They are now dropping the Herald. That is going to become increasingly problematic for Team Blitzkrieg to try to deal with.
Yeah, this Bel'Veth is going to get very, very scary here.
If there's ever a game to buy Grievous, this would be it.
See, don't see anybody working on it quite yet. Obviously, it's very early. And in the bot lane, things have really calmed down since those early aggressive plays. We saw Amaya-chan and Arcane Soda try to... Actually, yes, in they go. Amaya-chan not quite under the turret pretty fortunate there, but still might drop. Oh, Tilted Pig auto-attacked a minion instead of a Maya-chan. Otherwise, I think that would have been a kill. Arcane Soda did have heal available, so maybe not. Lord of Admirals is here. Nice hook from CB Hickey. Locks down the Vex. Arcane Soda trying to get the stacks up to get the ult, but he's put to sleep and put in the grave. Double kill for Lord of Admirals. We're seeing these two junglers, as expected, flexing all over the map right now. That
was very, very, very well played. That could have been very, very, and across the board too. Not just Lord of Admirals. That flash hook off of CB Hickey, that doesn't land. None of that works. So that was very, very well done by them.
King's coming out on Menards near the bot side, so they do know he's there. Gotta get lucky, and WFan just sort of having a bruiser fight. And second Drake maybe started here. This seems a little bit dangerous. His Velvet is right there, and that's a very scary lady.
It's probably down here. A good thing CB Hickey missed that hook. I don't think he wanted to go in on that.
Oh, they get the fear down onto Fat Lee, but Maya-chan is trapped in the cage. Menards, we saw him get one great steal already. They're trying to lock him down. Here comes Chaotix, though. That's going to keep him alive just long enough. Had to flash to the other side of the fight, but Arcane Soda arrives now, getting the ult off, getting the reset, getting the kills. Lord of Admirals is going to be able to chase down a Maya-chan to get one back, but that's not enough of a reprieve, I don't think. Fat Lee goes down. It's a triple kill for Arcane Soda, as the bot lane of White Wolf able to get back just in time to save that engage.
Yeah, it was very, very well done by Tilted Pig. He buffered his Tristana jump, and even though he got taunted, he got this jump off. The problem was he started walking right back in as a result of that taunt still landing, and then Arcane Soda and Samira ult is a problem. Not an easy way to deal with that yet.
Yeah, and Lord of Admirals did not have the Wilting Lullaby again available after that previous play in the bot lane, so just sort of less bullets in the chamber there for Blitzkrieg in that particular engage.
So there's 2 dragon lead now for White Wolf. Obviously, that's the 2 that arguably don't matter as much. So
yeah, 2 dragon lead. The gold lead is not too big, but
close.
If you look down at the scoreboard, these kills, the gold is on exactly who White Wolf wants it to be on. 4-1-1 for both the Belveth and the Samira.
That's true. Yeah.
At this point, let's see, we haven't really seen too much in terms of turret damage across the board. That Rift Herald up in the top lane took that one down a little bit, but overall it's been plays in the river, it's been plays in the middle of lanes.
Yeah, they don't really have, the only lanes that can really push, I mean, Tristana can push, but it's so dangerous to do so. Oh, yeah, man, they got lucky there.
Yeah, just barely missing on potential engage was a Maya-chan. And you saw the respect there. Maya-chan not in vision, and Tilted Pig basically as soon as Arcane Soda took a step forward, got out of there. Fat Lee not able to dodge the above and below, and just the damage Menards has. Oh, the cage expired before he even had to walk through it. Menards 5-1-1.
And he gets off in the turret too. Oof, yeah.
Fat Lee's flash just has about 10 seconds left on the cooldown, it looks like, so didn't have the tools to get away from that one, and the event horizon placement was not quite perfect.
If we're not giving a lot of focus to this top lane, it's because it's 2 tanks doing tank things.
Yep. Although, Gotta Get Lucky is getting a little bit low. Lord of Admirals is here, though, to tip the scales. WD-Fan still pretty healthy, but Lord of Admirals has a good amount of damage. Does have the red buff as well, so that's going to tick away. There's the Wilting Lullaby. Chain CC. WD-Fan is going to drop. Lord of Admirals with another play. Not sure if the flash at the end by Gotta Get Lucky was necessary there.
I don't think it was, but...
In his true form, this is scary. I don't think Lilia wants this fight. There's no Wilting Lullaby anymore. But Menards, actually, I was a little surprised there by the use of the E. Sort of immobilized himself unnecessarily, but forced the flash out of Lord of Admirals, so still a positive trade overall.
See, me and my big mouth, the caster curse. I told you we're not focusing on the top lane, and what happens immediately?
Oh, nice from CB Hickey. They get him under the turret. Arcane Soda, the Ignite is going to tick him down. I think Chaotix arrives, and actually Arcane Soda does live. He had the heal, popped it at the last moment. Nice job by CB Hickey to force that out, as well as the Gallia ult, but I think he'll have to go back to base.
He will, but I was very impressed not only with the engage, but also the instant flash out as soon as he saw the Galliowall coming in. That is as best as he could have played it, all things considered.
And Menard's just got another Rift Herald, so another super powerful Coral, just dashing around the Void Surges, the Lifesteal, there's nothing to be done. Lord of Admirals, it's deer hunting season, and that one is gone.
Oh,
gotta get lucky, just gonna try to limp away, but I think he'll get run down here. Yeah, gonna get slowed up by that. The stun comes out, and the Scion, oh, gets the slow off. Does WD fan have the cooldowns? Oh, the snipe! Not often you see a Volibear get a snipe kill like that, but waited for, got to get lucky to immobilize himself to channel that Q, so well played from WD Fan. Second Rift Herald going over to Menards. Those turrets are melting like butter, and this Bel'Veth is disgusting right now.
Yeah, and I think also, crucially, she got the shutdown on the Lilia, which is 700 additional gold, so she's going to be so hard to deal with now.
That Kraken Slayer completed, so this extra true damage going to be coming through every third attack.
So we're coming up on 20 minutes now, and there needs to be some Grievous coming out if they want to be able to stop her from doing that sort of shenanigans.
Yeah, I was just checking that as well, and I mean I understand it. You got to get your core items too, but somebody needs to divert a little bit and at least get an Executioner's Calling or an Oblivion Orb.
Mm-hmm. So Scion went Hullbreaker, so it looks like he's going to be looking to split push.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I would personally like to have seen him rush a Bramble Vest for the reasons we've been talking about.
Ooh, he took the Hexgate behind him.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. Menard's on the flank in his true form. CB Hickey is looking for him. If they can get the hard engage, get him locked down, that would be huge. But Menard's doing a good job with his spacing, staying out of range, staying out of the angles of that potential dredge line. Batweave walks forward, able to dodge away from the Vex. Well, eventually they caught a little damage, but not feared, not CC'd, which is important. Chaotix has his ultimate available, so I think both teams have basically every tool. The Buster Shot about to come up for Tilted Pig, but that's the only ultimate that is not currently available. Now it is. And Menards has rejoined his team, so not looking for the flank anymore. And I wonder if they're just fishing for Vex engages right now.
Yeah, it's just sort of an awkward dance at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that White Wolf isn't being more aggressive. But at the same time, I think that they're confident that they can win a fight as long as they don't completely botch the beginning of it. Bel'Veth actually goes back to the mid lane to push that minion wave in. Absolutely makes sense.
And similar with the Vigar on the bot lane.
Yeah, Batley has to be a little bit careful though. Actually, there they jump in. They catch on. They gotta get lucky right away. Oh, look at that damage into the backline. Here comes the Galliowall. It is massive. Directed camera took me to the mid lane for some reason. What the heck is going on? Chaotix in the front line, so brave. Arcane Soda is very low, actually. Got to be a little bit careful. Nice use of the stopwatch. Lord of Admirals picks up a kill. This actually hasn't been quite as one-sided as it looked it might off of the engage. I missed about a second of it because spaghetti code. But WD Fan now is caught in the cage. We talked about that cage, and they're giving back kills now. Tilted Pig has the resets. Can they get onto Arcane Soda? Menard's in the back line. This is so scary. They just need to kite him out, kill everybody else, and probably just get away. Fatley, oh no, he walked back towards him, and he might, yeah, don't go back in, Tilted Pig. So somehow they win that fight, but I think Menards is going to be able to stick around and just solo this Drake. Lord of Admirals trying to heal back up. He does have a smite. And uses it on the red buff, so he's not going to be able to try to steal this Drake, but I understand why he smited that to get the health. But I think they're just going to give up on this Drake, so soul point now.
Man, that fight could have gone either way so many different times. I think just the fact that the one remaining champion that White Wolf had was the big scary Bel'Veth. If it was anybody else, I think that was a clean fight for Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, I'm impressed that Blitzkrieg actually was able to keep that from being a whitewash, though, by White Wolf, because that engage looked very scary. Nice job by Fatley and Tilted Pig kiting back down towards the bot lane. Lord of Admiral staying alive. I think he's really the main damage source right now until this Tristana finishes that second or maybe even the third item. Fat Lee is outnumbered down here in the bot lane, so might have to just give up this turret. Yep, he will.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That's 4 turrets now over to the side of White Wolf, whereas only 1 has been taken for Blitzkrieg. So there's some standing gold there. You know, if you look at that turret count and the gold difference, that's pretty much most of the gold difference.
Yeah, the kills themselves are very, very close. So the lead is not coming from that. It's coming from all of the turrets, all of the dragons. But like you said, that's objectives that they absolutely could take back.
And again, it's just who the gold is on that makes this particularly scary. Menards glands the above and below. Nice stun, actually. Good job with the Event Horizon by Fat Lee to save his jungler. And they're actually looking to turn this around. Oh, Lord of Admirals, he goes in, but Fat Lee can't join him. Lord of Admirals just trying to kite this out. Look at these 2 players going mono-y-mono right now. Arcane Soda dashes in. He's got to be careful. He's taken really low and just gets obliterated. Tilted Pig jumping in onto a Maya-chan. Event Horizon, again, is great from Fat Lee. They've caught onto Chaotix. Menards is gone as well. What a fight from Blitzkrieg, turning this game around real quick.
Wow, well you were just saying that all of the damage is on Lord of Admirals right now, and we're just waiting for Tilted Pig to catch up. Well, he just shut down the Belveth. He's online now.
My God, did you catch how much gold that was?
I think it was 1,000. It was a lot.
Oh my goodness. And they're going right to Baron. I love this call.
And they got the damage. They can do it.
Yep, and WD Fan, you know, doesn't really have any steel tools on that Volibear. I think they know what's happening, but you know, there's no flash even for WD Fan, so you can't even try to flash in for some sort of miracle. We'll try. Oh my God! Oh my God, WD Fan! What in the world did we just see?
You cast or cursed it. You said this. He doesn't have any way to steal it, and what did he do?
What in the world? The Sky Splitter just split the hopes of Blitzkrieg. Incredible timing from WD Fan and just unfortunate from the side of Blitzkrieg. I didn't actually see if Lord of Admirals had Smite available. It's not on cooldown right now, so...
Have you ever lain on an air mattress that has a hole in it and just slowly deflates? that is the morale of Team Blitzkrieg right now. Oh, that's painful.
And yeah, I think that Lord of Admirals smited slightly early. I feel like Summoner spell cooldowns are kind of weird on Spectator clients, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, they had the ability to burst it so well, like they, you know, with a Vygar Q and W, like they very easily coulda.
Yeah, and I mean, you can even line up the Tristana explosive charge if you really want to. But, I mean, I understand why they were very confident. It's only a Volibear on the map. There's probably some dumb caster saying there's no way that they need to worry about anything, and turns out WD Fan proves us all wrong. Lord of Admirals, he gets caught by the above and below, able to hop away, doing a nice job kiting out this Belveth. Just not letting her get quite close enough. The Void Surge is not enough to stay close enough. Lord of Admirals, so now he may have overstepped a little bit. Event Horizon comes out. Big. Oh, they catch on to Arcane Soda, who stepped too far forward. Amaya-chan is alone in the brush now. Here comes Chaotix. Menards is still alive. Chaotix is being left alone as CB Hickey is just zoning out Menards. This is a great job by this Nautilus, just not allowing the Belveth to be safe, to be involved in this fight. Able to get through the Hex Gate. But there goes 3 of those Baron buffs. At this point, if it wasn't for that Baron steal, this game would have been one-way traffic the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely true, and you called it out, I will repeat it. I cannot speak highly enough of what I just saw CB Hickey doing. He doesn't need to kill the Belveth. He doesn't need to do anything to the Belveth. He just needs to make sure the Belveth doesn't kill his carries, and that's exactly what he did. He got in his way with the big fat Nautilus body, and there was nothing he could do.
Yep, and we're seeing, you know, we saw how powerful Belveth can be as actually jumps onto Lord of Admirals, not quite able to catch up to this deer. But we saw how powerful this Belveth was early on, but I think now we're starting to see the limitations. Just has to be so careful of that CC, because even with all the lifesteal, all the damage, all the mobility, if he gets locked down, he's not very tanky.
Alright, so Blitzkrieg
now he looks for Fat Lee though. Nice catch, above and below, does catch him out. That's a big shutdown going over to Arcane Soda, and Chaoscus is caught on to Lord of Admirals. He's gonna drop. They did get the Drake, which is huge to prevent the Soul, but 2 drop. And WD Fan looking for Gotta Get Lucky in the mid lane. I think this will be a tower or 2 probably off of that, off of those picks.
Yeah, just some solid snake action. I don't know how the heck Galio got so deep into the back, but...
Oh, gotta get lucky, just stuck around too long. Got locked down, and here's the turn take. Menards uses that, he immobilizes himself, and is still alive just barely. Oh, great job by Amaya-chan interrupting that jump. Tilted Pig drops, and there's a wave coming. There's a wave coming. Lord of Admirals and Fatley up shortly. I don't know if they can defend this, though. This might actually be game out of nowhere. They have to protect the wave.
Yeah, it's hard. The Vigar can clear it so well, but if he gets jumped on, this is over.
Yeah, Lord of Admirals gets in there. I think that they needed to step a little more forward there, so Lord of Admirals couldn't get that Q off.
Oh, Chaosix
gets caught. So we're seeing both teams overstay a little bit here. And Lord of Admirals, my goodness, the confidence of this guy just prancing forward. Menards is taken really low. Do they have the damage? He's burning. He's gone.
Oh, no!
Oh, and another Swirl Seed. My goodness, these junglers are just taking turns flexing. A triple kill for Lord of Admirals. And this one is topsy-turvy.
Lord of Admirals is...
Swirl Seed catches onto WD Fan. Has to use the ultimate and not quite able to catch him with that last Q.
And Lord of Admirals is putting the team in his backpack. Not to say that they're not doing their jobs. They're doing their jobs just fine. But he's decided that, you know what? I'm just gonna murder everyone myself.
Yeah, what a turnaround there. I legitimately thought that might have been game, going over to White Wolf, but Fatley and Lord of Admirals able to clear the wave and then saw an opportunity. It looked like maybe White Wolf could have done a better job of sticking together on their retreat. I think if they don't catch Chaosix first, I don't think that they have the courage to chase any further. But once they got that one, it was putting their heads down.
Yeah, I think the problem that they're starting to run into on the side of White Wolf is even though they do have a Volibear, which, you know, gets to be a bit tanky, and the Bel'Veth, by virtue of, she's like pseudo-tanky because she heals so much, they just don't have the ability to survive the onslaught of the Vigar and the Tristana anymore, and that's not even to speak of the, you know, the dangerous Bambi that is running through their line.
Something worth pointing out, Tilted Pig does have a stopwatch in his inventory, so we'll see how effectively he's able to use that. As my esteemed colleague Kenos always likes to point out, stopwatch is arguably the most overpowered item in the game.
Yeah, we should consider calling our congressman about it.
Some pings coming out in the Baron area as that big purple worm is about to spawn. Like the Rift Herald earlier, this is a particularly important objective for the Bel'Veth, to get that particularly potent Void Coral. And after the fireworks of WD Fans Steel 6 minutes ago, we'll see what unfolds for this particular Baron dance.
I will say that there's still a distinct lack of Grievous wounds that I am seeing. So that
Lilting Lullaby comes out. They caught onto Arcane Soda. Menard's just trying to zone him away, but he dashes into the cage. Could be in trouble. Big damage. Fatley is looking. Oh, there comes the drive-by. Gotta get lucky. Doesn't even hit him, though. Amaya-chan looking for the engage. Everybody missing everything for a moment here, but it's a double kill for Fatley, and everybody is still full health. Arcane Soda's gonna drop. Tilted Pig is resetting all over the place. Chaosix is gonna drop in a matter of time. Can they run down WD Fan as well? Lord of Admirals so fast. Tilted Pig gets the reset off of that kill onto Chaosix, and all of a sudden this is now gonna be game in favor of Blitzkrieg. What a wild last 10 minutes that was.
Yeah, I was going to call out specific players doing exactly what they were supposed to do, but let's just be honest. Blitzkrieg played that fight just about as perfectly as he can. The positioning on the Tristana was dead on. The Lily, of course, you can't stop her. She's too fast, and they're gonna take this game.
Stevie Hickey dies with Cert, but that's okay. Always in our hearts. They're gonna get one more kill onto Amaya-chan. Nope, they'll let him go. And take down the Nexus instead. That's what matters. Wow. Action-packed game. Really delivered on what we were hoping for from those two-star junglers, but you gotta give credit to pretty much everybody. I don't think anyone in this game really played poorly.
No, I think it was overall a very, very well played game on both sides of things. It was just certain fights went certain ways, and as a result, the game went the way it did.
So let's see. Maybe the scoreboard will work this time. Still being kind of weird. That's okay.
Yeah, it did not work for me.
Well, we can. Maybe I'll just leave that up during the interview. Maybe we can come back to it afterward. But for now, we will pull in. Who do you think? Think Lord of Admirals?
That's probably a good bet.
Yeah, alright, let's grab him. Where is White Wolf's lobby?
At the
I'm
very
so
top.
bad at Discord, you guys. Does he have a different name in Discord?
I actually am not sure.
I'm gonna pull this guy and hope it's him. Otherwise, we'll talk to this person. Oh wait, that's White Wolf.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so bad.
you're looking for Blitzkrieg.
All right.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah, we'll hiccup. Now we're going in.
Hi.
Oh yes, you most certainly are, sir. How's it going?
Hands are shaky, mom spaghetti.
Well, congrats on the win. That was incredibly exciting game. Super action-packed. The last 10 minutes, I don't think I got to take a breath. I guess first off, we saw Belveth. I think that's the first time probably. I mean, I guess it's only the second game of the split, so that's the first time we've seen him in a GMA official event. What was going through your mind when you saw that pick come out?
So I mean, I've been practicing Belveth for like the past week because I was planning on playing her first pick, but then they left Lilia up, so I figured I'm probably more able to carry on Lilia than I am on Belveth, so I was fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly did. Got anything for him, Greg?
The main question I had was like the matchup of Lilia into Belveth. I mean, like you said, you've played both of them quite a bit. How do you feel that particular matchup goes 1v1 in the jungle?
You have to apply early pressure, which I did in my first kill, but then I kind of just AFK'd for a while because there wasn't really a ton to gank. But I think once I get Rylai's, it's kind of done for her, because if she doesn't get immediately onto me, I can just kite her and her range is super short.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was really impressive watching you maneuver through those fights, just darting in and out with those Qs, the swirl seeds, everything. And yeah, overall, just really well played. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's hop back over. We got one more match for y'all. Did scoreboard load for you, Greg?
Nope. Well, eventually it did. Eventually, yes. Let me pull it up again real quick.
Well, we'll just have to go without scoreboard this time around. Sorry, folks.
I got it. There it is.
Oh,
there it is. I don't think the advanced stats work. No, they don't. Just the scoreboard works. But
well, I think we can assume that both junglers did a lot of damage.
that is true. Although the Lilia did 12,000, 14,000 more, give or take. So
Wow.
yeah, just a lot of passive damage. But yeah.
All right, folks. Well, as I said, we've got one more match for you tonight here on opening night of Overlord Prowler's Round Robin. And we're just going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Northern Storm versus Option 12.